Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. I am so glad you're joining us today because we are tackling a concept that, honestly, gets completely misunderstood most of the time. We're talking about turning your biggest dreams into reality, but we're not going to do it through some mystical, magical thinking. Nope, we are going to do it by leveraging proven cognitive neuroscience. Today, we're going to explore the actual science and the art of creating a vision board that truly works. I really want you to think about that for a second. Imagine hooking up your brain's incredible processing power to a simple visual tool. For a long time, vision boards have just been dismissed as basically arts and crafts projects, kind of like something you do on a Sunday afternoon with a glue stick and a stack of old magazines. But I challenge you to look past that myth. What if carefully selecting specific images and actually looking at them every single day could literally rewire the way you perceive the world around you? Okay, let's dive right in. Here's our structured roadmap for the explainer. We'll cover 1, the science of manifesting, 2, the wheel of life, 3, outcomes versus the process, 4, crafting your vision board, and finally, 5, activating your daily goals. All right, starting with section 1, the science of manifesting. So to truly understand why vision boards are effective, we have to look at how our brains process reality. We need to intentionally shape our minds to recognize future opportunities that are probably just passing us by right now. Get this, according to cognitive neuroscience, our brains receive around 11 million bits of sensory information every single second. 11 million. But here's the kicker. We can only consciously process about 50 of those bits. Just 50. If we tried to process the whole shebang, we'd literally go insane. So our unconscious mind does us a massive favor and filters almost everything else out. Now, what's absolutely fascinating is how your brain decides what makes that tiny 50-bit cut. It uses a network called the Reticular Activating System, or the RAS. The RAS uses this process called value tagging. Basically, it elevates information that is emotionally significant to you. It's the exact reason why, say, you're expecting a baby and suddenly you start noticing pregnant women everywhere. Or you buy a red car and suddenly the highway's just packed with red cars. Right? They were always there, but your RAS has now value tagged them as important. This perfectly captures the research from experts like Dr. Tara Swart. As humans, we are highly visual creatures. We literally have an entire lobe at the back of our brains dedicated solely to visual processing. So if we want to change our trajectory, we need to use images to value tag our goals. When we look at a visual representation of what we want, it emotionally activates that goal. It's like tapping your RAS on the shoulder and saying, hey, this is super important. Keep an eye out for opportunities to make this happen. Moving right along to section 2, the wheel of life. For this second phase, we really need a framework. You can't just vaguely tell your brain to look for good stuff, right? We have to decide exactly what we want our RAS to focus on. We highly recommend using a balanced approach, like a wheel of life framework. Think about it. If you only focus on material goods, you run a huge risk of getting stuck on a hedonic treadmill of consumerism. By breaking your goals down into 5 distinct categories, health, relationships, career, finances, and personal growth, you ensure your vision board reflects a genuinely rich and balanced life. Just to spark your creativity a bit, here are a few quick prompts you could fit right into that wheel. For career, maybe it's the exact logo of your dream company or a straight A report card. For adventure, maybe it's a stunning shot of the Eiffel Tower or someone playing the guitar. For relationships, perhaps an image that just captures true family harmony for you. The whole goal is to find images and words that deeply resonate with exactly what you want your future to look like across all these key areas. Next up, section 3. Outcomes versus the process. Now we introduce a critical pivot, because honestly, this is where most people get vision boards completely wrong. There is a real scientific danger in only visualizing the finish line. Let's compare material outcomes versus the daily process. Studies actually suggest that if you spend all your time only imagining the success, like the luxury car or the finished novel or the six-pack, you can actually underperform. Why? Because your brain gets the premature satisfaction of the reward without actually doing the work. To make a board that works, you absolutely must balance outcome images with process images, like a messy writing desk or a morning running routine in the rain. Putting those process-oriented images on your board taps into an incredible cognitive tool called episodic future thinking. This is where we mentally simulate future events in really vivid detail. By visually connecting with the unglamorous everyday work, we counteract our natural human tendency to seek immediate gratification. Basically, we train our brains to prioritize the long-term benefit over, just sitting on the couch and eating snacks. All right, section 4, crafting your vision board. Time to roll up our sleeves. Let's get super practical and talk about the actual creation method. We're going to walk through a highly structured 5-step method inspired by Dr. Izzy Sealy to build your board. And I promise, following these exact 5 steps will take you from having abstract, floating thoughts all the way to a magnetic, tangible board. We're going to dream, collect, dump, refine, and coalesce. Step 1 is the dream phase. I want you to literally close your eyes and vividly visualize your elevated life exactly 3 years from now. How does it look? How does it feel? After visualizing, open a physical journal and just write freely. Tap into divergent dreaming. Do not, and I mean do not, worry about what is realistic right now. This is a bucket list of dreams. Don't let limiting beliefs stop you before you even leave the starting line. Next up are steps 2 and 3, collect and dump. For gathering your materials, you can go old school with physical magazines or use digital tools like Pinterest. Pinterest is amazing for this because its algorithm will start suggesting highly relevant images as you search. You are looking for things that are deeply emotionally evocative. If an image of an older couple dancing makes you feel immense warmth and love, grab it. Then dump all of these, completely unfiltered, into a blank document like Google Slides or Canva. Then we hit steps 4 and 5, refine and coalesce. Look at your giant dump of images and start whittling them down. Get rid of anything that doesn't strongly resonate with you anymore. Take the time to personalize them too. Like if you want a YouTube subscriber plaque, literally edit the image to put your name on it. Then physically or digitally assemble the board, clustering those related Wheel of Life categories together so it flows visually. As you assemble everything, please pay attention to a few common pitfalls. First, avoid focusing solely on material outcomes so you don't fall into that consumerism trap we talked about earlier. Second, don't attach strict, rigid deadlines to the images on your board. Maintain an abundance mindset and let life flow a bit. And third, as we discussed, do not omit the daily journey. Your board absolutely must include the unglamorous work and progress to drive real actionable steps. Another amazing addition to your board is positive affirmations. Words have so much power. You can add quotes like, "I am stronger than my fears and doubts," or "I am worthy of love." And for a really special, personalized touch, ask a loved one who supports your dreams to write an encouraging quote in their own handwriting. It peppers your board with confidence and creates a deep, emotional anchor every time you see it. And finally, Section 5, activating your daily goals. Now, creating the board is really only half the battle. A beautifully crafted vision board left in a dark closet or hidden in a closed computer folder does absolutely nothing to rewire your brain. We need to build this directly into your daily routine. You have to place this board in highly visual areas where it commands your attention every single day. If it's digital, make it your phone lock screen, your wallpaper, or your laptop background. If it's physical, pin it above your desk, put it on your nightstand, or even tape it inside your wardrobe door so you see it every morning while you're getting dressed. You must commit to closing the execution gap between your vision and your daily actions. Spend at least 5 minutes every single day actively studying the images. Don't just absent-mindedly glance at them, really look at them. Speak your written affirmations out loud with conviction. By doing this, you're actively feeding your subconscious mind, commanding your reticular activating system to find the real-world opportunities to make those dreams happen. Oh, and remember to update it annually, because as you grow, your dreams are going to grow too. And that brings us to the end of our explainer. You now have the neuroscience, the framework, and the exact steps to turn a simple collage into a powerful brain rewiring tool. So I want to leave you with this final provocative question. Now that you know exactly how to program your subconscious, what will your brain start noticing today? Go out there, build your board, and start rewiring your reality immediately. Thanks so much for joining me, and keep learning.